Wessel in the Netherlands writes to me, Paul, everyone likes his or her music, and obviously everyone would like to enjoy that to the best standards possible, or at least the standards of the equipment that they can afford. Sounds reasonable. It seems to me there are only a few studios around which really seem to put in some extra effort to make a good recording. Yeah, here we are. We all know of Chesky, of Stockfish, Blue Note, and of course, Octave Records. Why, thank you. To name just a few. Why is it, let's say, the mainstream brands seem to care less about recording their music? It feels like a shame. Is it so much more expensive to produce a good quality CD or downloadable file? What could be the reason behind it that the big studios seem to care less about recording quality? Or is that accurate? Well, obviously, I'm just going to give you an opinion. I don't think that they care less about the recording. I think, and I know a lot of big studio people. They're very proud of their recordings. They work very hard at their recordings to make them great. But like food, great is a matter of opinion. And great means different things to different people. Now, Octave Records, Chesky, who else did you mention? Stockfish, Blue Note, Cookies, what, the name escapes me right now, but there are people working really hard to make great recordings, and we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and hours and making the greatest recordings we know how through technology at Octave Records, through the best microphones, to the best monitoring systems, because here we go off on a side rant. One of the things that we have learned, and it's kind of obvious, is when you are setting up a system, when you are setting up a recording, what are you doing? You're putting microphones in a place that sound correct. You're choosing the microphone, you're choosing the position of the microphone, and what preamp to use, all those things based on how it sounds to you. And how it sounds to you is based entirely on the monitoring system that you have. If you don't have a good monitoring system, then whatever you do in the microphones is going to be different than what I might do with a great monitoring system. So just something to think about. The importance of the monitoring system cannot be overstated. It really can. And I don't think enough people get that. But again, to answer the specific question, I think people's goals are different, just as in food, as we had discussed, right? So to me, a great meal is done this way, because I'm looking for this, that, and that. And somebody else thinks a great meal is because it's this big. And maybe I like little carefully prepared toy food. I mean, it's a matter of opinion. So a number of people I know in the recording industry basically say, oh yeah, we make great recordings. They're not what you would call great recordings because they're not audiophile recordings. They don't focus on sound stage. They don't focus on dynamics and depth. I don't really care about that. What I want is a certain sound to the music. I want that guitar to growl, and I want those drums to snap and blow you back. And that's the great recording that they're trying to produce. As an audiophile, I listen to that and I go, whew, nasty. But that's just because we're looking for different things, if that makes sense. Now, ultimately, I think at the end of the day, they would be just as happy if we could combine those two. Think about that. I want to hear that guitar growl as well. That's one of the reasons why at Octave Records we built the ability to have our microphones and systems downstairs in the warehouse. And I'm dying for somebody to come up here and give me some Jimi Hendrix or something, loud as they can play it, which we could not have done in the studio. And most studios you can't do, because even in a big studio, it's hard to put that much energy into an amplifier and not have it overload the room. Well, all of a sudden, there's a 20,000 square foot, I mean, the size of Walmart almost, right, out there. And I want to put somebody down there banging away on that, put the right miking in it. What fun that would be. Because I want that too, but I am not willing to give up the quality of sound that we get at Octave Records, as I'm sure none of our fellow audiophile labels are either. So, all right, long-winded, sorry for the rant, but there you have it. Okay, bye.